How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, alright? Now piss off.
Alter, Kollege.
Have conditions improved?
So nicht, mein Freund.
I'm ready for whatever's coming.
Mhm. Also ein knallharter kleiner Mann.
Goodbye, young man.
Ja. So, umdrehen. Wir wollen aber hier lang, glaube ich, ne? Dann hier lang. Und dann nach links und hier runter. Und dann wollen wir da durch. Sehr gut. Dann wollen wir erstmal weiter geradeaus und ich glaube, wir müssen dann ja da durch, ne? Ja, genau. Dann links oder rechts? Links. Alter, wieso geht der denn nicht weg? Ah, dann beißt ihn halt. Komisch ist aber, dass wir uns nicht instant aufladen. Alter. Immer noch die Ausdauer eines Schulmädchens. Mann, 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 Mann. Wo ist ein Kumpel hier? Rot. Oh. Na gut, dann wollen wir mal dem Ascalon Club vorstellig sein. Yeah. Da drin. Und danach werden wir mal eine Schlafpause machen, würde ich sagen, in dem Spiel.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
Komischer Typ. Was steht hier? Harry's Club Whisky.
There has been quite a battle here.
Ja, sieht so aus, ne? Wir plündern
I'm
natürlich
sure the
erstmal.
Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Okay, ich würde sagen, die Wachen haben hier angegriffen, haben ordentlich Rambazamba gemacht. Oder es zumindest versucht. Kann nicht jemand dieses Bild mal ordentlich machen, Mensch?
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Doctor.
Geschichten und Sinn des Ascalon Clubs, okay. Ich würde sagen, wir lesen das nicht direkt durch, sondern immer dann, wenn wir was komplett haben. Ja, wir haben jetzt immer 3 Stück. Das haben wir jetzt komplett gehabt, das haben wir schon gelesen. Und jetzt immer, wenn irgendwas voll ist, dann werden wir das komplett lesen. Um uns unter anderem auch daran zu erinnern, was war eigentlich zuletzt gewesen. Ich glaube, das schadet nicht. Oh, was da? Gehen wir wieder raus? West End. Ah, wir gehen tatsächlich wieder raus. Okay. West End Girls. Carina Billow. Okay, das war schon offen. Gut, dann gehen wir wieder rein. Was für ein komischer Ausgang. Spannend. Und komisch. Status des Bezirks. Ja, komm, wir sind hier im Haus voller Vampire. Was soll denn, wie soll denn sonst der Status hier sein? Lord Finney, Lord Sheffield. So. So, wir plündern natürlich erstmal alles weg hier. Da will ich aber noch nicht rein. Hier erstmal die andere Seite hoch. Ich hätte gern das Schwert. Ein guter Dolch. Oh, wofür ist der? Ist der auch für Nahkampfwaffe? Blutaufnahme. Okay.
It's locked.
It's locked. Okay, wir haben jetzt aber einen Schlüssel für den Keller bekommen. Das bedeutet... Da muss es irgendwo zum Keller gehen. Die Frage ist, wo? Hier vielleicht? Ja. Eben war hier noch verschlossen. Jetzt können wir runter. Ah, guck an. Zum gelegentlichen Privatkonsum von Blut. Als Mitglieder des Ascalon Clubs beachten wir immer die Etikette. Wir verkehren in jeglicher Hinsicht in den besten Kreisen der Gesellschaft und sind anerkannte Persönlichkeiten des öffentlichen Lebens. Anders als unsere Gegner behaupten, frönen wir keine Orgien oder Blutbädern. Würde aber einer der unseren bei solch absurden und unmoralischen Akten ertappt, träfe ihn die angemessene Schmach. Doch was ist mit dem Blut? Was ist mit gelegentlichen Privatkonsum? Wie können wir die Ekstase ablehnen, die uns das zinnoberrote Ambrosia bietet? Womit sollen wir anstoßen? Wie es doch in jeder guten Bruderschaft braucht es. Die Regeln für den Umgang innerhalb des Clubs besagen zu dieser delikaten Frage das Folgende. Solange das ursprüngliche sterbliche Gefäß nicht die Mauern des Clubs gebracht wird, dürfen Mitglieder trinken und mit Freunden teilen, was ihnen beliebt. Trinken sie, was sie wollen, und verfahren sie mit dem Gefäß, wie es ihnen beliebt. Nur tun sie es außerhalb des Clubs. Ausnahmen bilden natürlich besondere Anlässe, die ich persönlich autorisiert habe. Aus Die Gesetze von Ascalon von Lord Redgrave. Gründer. Blut aus Sucht. Vampire trinken Blut. Diese finstere Besonderheit ist womöglich die bedeutendste Eigenschaft des Zustandes, wenn ich das so sagen darf. Ich sehe darin jedoch nicht das wichtigste Charakteristikum ihrer Ernährung. Seit ich studiere, hat mich fasziniert, wie sie dieses umgängliche Verlangen nach Blut ertragen. Wir wollen es mehr als alles andere und dieser Drang lässt sie sogar leichtsinnig werden. Wenn sie es trinken, scheinen sie eine Art kurzen Trance-Zustand zu erleben. Eine ekstatische Erleuchtung, wie mir einst ein Vulkot in Moskau verriet. Dies ist der entscheidende Schritt zum Verständnis des Daseins und der Natur von Vampiren. Sie trinken nicht, um zu überleben, sondern weil sie es berauscht. Jeder einzelne Vampir ist süchtig nach Blut. Es ist Teil ihres ureigenen Wesens und jene unter den Unsterblichen sind, die sich willentlich weigern, ihrem Durst nachzugehen, werden doch nie völlig von dieser Sucht befreit. Aus Die Enthüllung der Nacht von Usher Tawltree, Prismas von St. Paulus. Vampire weiden sich an unserer Seele. Vampire trinken unser Blut, doch sie weiden sich an unseren Seelen. Können wir glauben, dass Menschen, die von diesen verkommenen Kreaturen mit ihren faulen Mäulern gebissen wurden, in den Himmel kommen? Nein, ihre Leiber wurden geschändet und ihre Seelen verdorben. Zusammen mit den Heerscharen an blutsaugenden Dämonen ist ihr Platz in der Hölle. Vampire weiden sich an unseren Seelen. Clarence Crossley, melden Sie sich für weitere Informationen direkt bei mir. Ja, muss ich anscheinend auch noch. Das muss ich anscheinend auch noch. Okay. Okay, das hier unten war also nur ein Sammelobjekt, ja? Spannend. Okay. Mehr ist hier nicht. Das war wohl nur ein Sammelobjekt. Na gut. Was war das denn? Da stand da was im Weg? Ich habe das gar nicht gesehen. Und dann werden wir mal Lord Redgrave treffen. Boah, ey, diese Häuser sind einfach krass, muss ich sagen. So, hier komme ich ja gar nicht so durch, ne? Nee.
I cannot enter.
Good evening. We repel the intruders for now.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Here, here, here!
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
She's a close friend, and I'm honored that she feels the same about me.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is immortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important
das ist fies.
decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why have you asked me here?
Because the crisis is escalating. Our enemies, the Guard of Priwen, have even launched an open hunt. The only way to calm things down is to put an end to the epidemic.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End. Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the Crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members, and I do appreciate obedience.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
Okay, aber könnte ja wiederkommen.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all Skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
Okay. Ja, wir haben ja keine Wahl, als beizutreten. Wir können doch nicht sagen, nö, kein Bock, ihr seid mir
I
zu
agree to
unseriös.
join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall, speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation. Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
Der Alte wirkt ein bisschen wie ein Scherz, finde ich, wie der da hockt.
I personally went patrolling last night in the West End, and I spotted at least 2 foreign echoes. This is an outrage. We shall chase these intruders down.
Good evening, Dr.
I
Reed.
was chased by a
How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece? Figuratively.
Gut gesagt.
It's quite unsettling. As a doctor, I am more used to being the observer than the subject observed.
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Are you a member of the club?
Yes, I am. And I have been for many years. And will be until the day I die.
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give you such information. I am merely a mortal member, and a dying one at that.
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is slowly abandoning me, Dr. Reed.
Okay.
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
Is not the nature of this club a secret shared by only a privileged few?
My dear Dr. Reed, I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
So you asked for membership?
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
Weil die Leute alle tot sind. Aha! Tote reden nicht viel. Über Lord Redgrave.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
I would not dare speak of our chairman without his consent.
Okay. Aloysius Dawson. Der sagt mir gar nichts. Oh, das ist die Stütze von hier, okay.
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson, the wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in. To cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
Okay.
What do you know about the Guard of Prewood?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
But they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reed.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods. But brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
Ungerecht oder gefährlich? Ich meine, wir wissen mittlerweile, was so eine Mauer bewirken kann, aber das ist ja eine andere Zeit, ne?
By doing so, you would create two separate ghettos. What if the disease gets past the wall? The results would be disastrous.
Not if we eliminate all suspected cases of infection as soon as they
Vorgehen.
appear.
Ah ja.
A necessary
Ja,
sacrifice.
das war klar.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs. And it needs it now.
Ja, aber falscher Weg. Definitiv falscher Weg. Ganz, ganz doofer Typ. Ganz, ganz doofer Typ. Okay, wir reden nochmal mit Herren, mit Lord Redgrave.
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago, well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Ich war ein
Straight
Fleischer.
to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Alarmierend? Okay.
This is an outrage. We shall chase these intruders.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
Sie haben mich ausspioniert. Ah,
You were
hasse ich
spying
sowas.
on me.
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Na, wer erinnert sich noch an Fergal? Der Dreckstyp.
Who was Fergal?
Er wollte von Anfang an
I don't
uns
see
killen.
him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod. All muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed. Ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
Ja, weil sie auch so ähnlich aussehen.
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
Okay. Skulls stehen mit der Epidemie in Verbindung.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied Skulls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Skulls.
Skulls are hostile vectors of contagion. That is a fact. But first and foremost, they are victims.
I agree, Dr. Reed. Most of the new Skulls who roam the streets at night used to be good British citizens. But they must be put down nevertheless.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Okay, neue Bandstufe.
I've heard the rumors of some horned vampire revealing himself and singing obscure songs around the city. What is this new malevolence?
I'm sure you have more important
Skulls
things
have
to
been
do
spotted
than
everywhere in
talking
London.
with an old man
We
like
are
myself.
losing this fight.
Okay. Ich habe eine Vermutung, was getan werden muss. Oder was getan werden soll. Und wenn es so ist, dann wird es mir nicht gefallen. Aber ich bin gespannt. Was mit dir, Kollege?
Welcome to the Ascalon Club.
Hello, my friend. Und wir kennen aber noch 6 Leute immer noch nicht. Krass. Und das sind bestimmt Leute, die hier wohnen. Die in diesem Gebiet hier wohnen. Da ist definitiv noch irgendjemand. Da hustet der Hintergrund.